It is said that half the population of the world is women. And maybe that is true. Well, if you put back the skewed sex ratio of some of the countries, still, women do not get the fair share in the social structure and polity. The law. Indian law tried to correct this wrong by giving provisions for support to the women of this country, by providing them special laws like Dowry Prohibition Act 1961, the Indecent Representation of Women Prohibition Act 1986, the Commission of Sati Prevention Act of 1987, and a very recent law for protection of women from domestic violence, that is PWDV Act of 2005. There are some other general laws, but the ones I'm talking about have been made especially for women.
He was abusive. Since that day we got married, I used to face physical violence almost every day. I was afraid, though I wanted a way out, but did not know how. It was horrible. I had to beg for everything, from household things to personal things. On the top of that, they used to scold me for everything, swear at me, and humiliate me in front of others. It was miserable.
I was like in jail. I used to do the whole household work from early morning till late night. And then the night. They were horrible nights. The pain, the fear, and horror. Sometimes I used to think of ending my life.
Any kind of physical, emotional, economical, and sexual violence are covered by the PWDV Act of 2005. An act that causes bodily pain, harm, danger to life or limb, impairs health, amounts to assault, criminal intimidation, and criminal force is physical violence. Any conduct of sexual nature that abuses, humiliates, degrades, or violates the dignity of women, including aggravated sexual assault, is sexual assault. Any insult, ridicule, humiliation, name-calling, degradation, blaming, stalking, isolating, insults, or ridicule for not having a child or a male child. Repeated threats to cause physical harm to any person in whom the aggrieved person is interested, etc. It also includes verbal abuse for going out or taking up a job, forcing into adultery, compelling to be jobless, inciting suicidal tendencies, torturing, etc. Depriving the aggrieved person of economic or financial resources to which she is entitled under any law or custom, or which she acquires out of necessity, such as household necessities, dowry, her jointly or separately owned property, maintenance and rental payments. In simpler terms, economic abuse is a way that abusers use to try and control their partners through money. In simple terms, economic abuse implies deprivation of economic or financial resources to which the aggrieved woman or child is entitled under law or custom. The PWDV Act is a kind of law which covers all kinds of domestic abuse. And the important thing is that it is not necessary for the victim to file the complaint. Anybody, a friend, a relative, any witness of the abuse can file a complaint. It's a civil law, so no arrest is made under this, but the women get protection. But first, where can you find a complaint which is called DIR, or the Domestic Incident Report? A Domestic Incident Report, or a DIR, is the official format in which the complaint will be registered. This is an extremely simple format which is available in Form 1 in the rules of the Act. A woman can get this form from police stations, POs or SPs and fill it herself. If the woman cannot fill the form herself, the PO, SP or police will convert her written complaint into this Form 1 as a DIR and explain the contents to her. The PO, SP or police will then send the complaint or the DIR to the magistrate or the court. Now, when you have to file a DIR or a domestic incident report, you should know that with this act, there is a system in place to address the domestic violence. You can go to a police officer, a protection officer who is an outreach officer of the court who can help a woman in making complaints, filing an application before the magistrate for orders, helping her in getting necessary support and ensuring the enforcement of the orders passed by the court. Normally, a PO is an officer of the WCD or other department who is appointed for this purpose only. The DIR can be filed to the service providers, lawyers, through TLSC or DLSA. And if nothing is possible, it can be filed through verbal phone communication, via mail, and to any nearest police station. The PWDV Act of 2005 is made so approachable that anyone can file a case and get the order in favor of the woman. These orders can be about protection, residence, monetary relief, custody, compensation, interim order, and ex parte orders. Now that we have talked about a law specifically made for domestic violence, let's see if there are other laws for the protection of women. IPC Section 354A, Physical Contact and Advances Involving Unwelcome and Explicit Sexual Overtures, a demand or request for sexual favors, making sexually colored remarks, showing pornography against the will of a woman, any other unwelcome physical, verbal or non-verbal conduct of sexual nature. And the punishment? While for the first 3 offences, the punishment is up to 3 years of jail or fine or both. And as for the last 1 offences, imprisonment up to 1 year or fine or both. IPC 375 and 376. The most heinous crime against women is rape. Punishment is life imprisonment or up to 10 years. IPC 370. Any person who transfers, recruits, harbors, or receives a person with threat, force, fraud, or any other illegal means commits the offence of trafficking. Now, one thing should be very clear here. In this offence, consent of the victim is immaterial in determination of the offence of trafficking. IPC 351 and 352 are all about assault. If anybody threatens or acts to hurt you or planning to do that, it's called assault. The punishment of these offences are for a term which may extend to 3 months, or with fine, which may extend to 500 rupees, or both. Well, there are some other things about the law. One, you can directly lodge the FIR at the nearest police station, and as I told you earlier, you are entitled to get free legal aid from Taluk Legal Services Committee or the District Legal Services Authority's office. Now, at the end of this episode, I would like to tell you some of the special provisions regarding laws about women. 1. A woman can be taken into custody by or in the presence of a woman police officer. And 2. No woman can be arrested before sunrise or after sunset. An arrested woman should be kept separately from the men's lockup, and a woman cannot be called to the police station. The concerned officer should go to the woman's house to record her statement. A pregnant woman has to be given proper care so as not to hurt the baby. The court can grant bail to a woman even if the committed crime is a non-bailable one or the woman is awaiting an order of death sentence. Well, the law is on the women's side, and we should remember to follow it. If you need more information about the women's rights and law, you can contact any non-governmental organization working on women's rights or for further assistance, you can contact your nearest CSC center. So, I'm taking off at this point, but I'll come back with more information on law and legality. Goodbye.